Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachah Kodash. Double honor to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect that's out here laboring in all truth and sincerity. To you, I say Shalom. This is brother Amon Ariyah from the GMS Charlotte camp, coming back with another Lord willing edifying lesson to feed the elect of the nation of Israel. And, I just wanted to add my 2 cents, spiritual response to, the lesson that the elder brother, Amawan Gabar, went into pretty much, responding to a question that was, said to him on his comment board about, do we really believe that, that the members of GMS, and, the like-minded brethren are going to receive a crown when we didn't do as much work as the prophets that came before us, and this was a faithless question. All right, it was really, it was scoffing really, because to, an unbeliever, all right, to the people that don't really have the ability to see the work that's being done right here, you are literally witnessing, all right, the Lord building up, the next governing body that is going to rule in the world to come. All right. Everything that you see brethren doing, sacrificing, all right, is for a purpose, a greater purpose than anybody of this world can really comprehend, man. So yes, we truly believe that we are going to be crowned by Yahweh Shai, man. All right. That's one of the many promises that the Lord gave unto us, all right, to let us know that we're on the right path. Okay. So, I just wanted to add, a few scriptures into this. I can give my 2 cents. So I want to start here in Matthew chapter 19 and verse 27. It says, "Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel." Right. So number one, I want to, make mention that all the men of the Lord that you see out here on the highways and byways teaching this word, okay, we have forsook our whole lives here, man. All right, brothers were in, various positions in this world. Brothers gave up everything. All right, brothers have sacrificed family, jobs, whatever the case may be. All right, and Yahweh Shai said that that thing wasn't in vain. Okay, the scriptures talk about how the Lord said that he's not, in fact, let me just get it. I don't want to butcher it. All right, this is Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. It says, "For Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister." Right. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is seeing all the things that we have given up. He's seeing all the works that we put in and day out. All right. And he said that he wasn't going to forget our labor of love, because that's what we're doing, man. All right. To what the world considers, meaningless or hateful or whatever the case may be, all the scoffing that they say about the work that we have done. Okay. But look how the world has changed, man. All right. Look how, this Hebrew Israelite thing has blown up, not just in America, but worldwide. All right. Like it says in Revelation, the 11th chapter, about how the nations stood in great fear as they see the nation of Israel rise back upon our feet. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is not unrighteous to forget our work and labor of love, man. Hey, everything, every video, every street teaching, every fellowship, all right, the rebukes and the exhortation, all these different things are all, recorded, and the Lord is storing up in your spiritual bank account so that you may be, rewarded in due time. All right. And we sincerely believe that. So going back to Matthew 19, 27 and 28, what Yahweh Shah, told Peter when he asked him, what are we going to receive for giving up our lives? He told him that we was going to, he was going to receive the ability to sit on the throne judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And we understand that all 144,000, all right, are going to be, given a governing role in the future. All right. We know that the order, all right, Yahweh Shah, then King David, then the 12, and then the 144, man. All right. So, the elect, all right, are going to be on a higher level than all the rest of Israel, because all Israel is going to be blessed. The scriptures tell us that the nation of Israel, all right, was created to be a nation of kings and priests, right? Let me get that real quick. All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 5 and 10. It says, and has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. All right, let me get this in Revelation 1 and 6 too. It says, and have made us kings and priests unto Yahweh and his... I'll read it verbatim. It says, and have made us kings and priests unto God and his Father, to be glory to him be glory and dominion forever and ever. Right. So Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah created the nation of Israel to be a nation of kings and priests. So we're gonna rule, all right, under the vibration of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah's law, statute, commandments, to where the whole earth is going to be righteous, man. We're going to enforce that righteousness on the rest of the world. So we're going to have the ability to impose the Lord's statutes upon the heathen. Okay, we're going to reshape the world in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah's image, like it was created to be in during the time of Adam. All right. So that being said, the honor that awaits all you brethren that are doing the work, that's laboring, man, hey, continue to do the work, man. Continue to endure to the end, because as it says here in 2 Timothy 4 and 8, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing. Right. So, hey, we understand that this thing, all right, is going to lead to us having a reward, man. That reward, it begins with us, having those crowns placed upon our head by Yahweh Shai, which is that vision that Ezra seen when he was on, he saw that, those men on the mountaintop, which I'm going to get that in a few. But we all have a crown waiting for us, man. All right. And that's what keeps us motivated to continue to, do the work. Like the scriptures say, despise not prophesying, man. Hey, we love to prophesy the word of the Lord. So much so to where as we're going to get down to the nitty gritty of, that persecution. Okay, you can't get faint-hearted knowing that it's going to come a point to where you're going to be hated for this truth. But we already are supposed to have that mindset, because look what happened to us now. All right, the fact that you had somebody even come on the comment board and make this type of statement lets you know that these people, they undermine everything that the Israelites have done. But like I said earlier, look how much the world has changed since the prophets that came on the scene. All right, hey, just from the internet regulations, all right, to how the world's changed, everything, all right, has been affected by the prophesying, man. All right, we have put a stamp on this world because, hey, the Elder Ashiar here in the GMS Charlotte camp made a heavy point, but he said, the earth moves off the vibration of the prophets, and that is so, because what we're doing by prophesying the words of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is, speaking his words into existence, which is causing his words to come to pass, man. So it's a heavy thing that we're doing, and the Lord is going to reward them that is doing his will, man. All right, because what's wrong with the rest of the world is they don't see what's going on, man. All right, they don't see the end goal, even amongst the different Jakes in the circumcision. They don't truly see the job that's being done. They just see it on the surface level. Okay, you're going on YouTube. All right, you're going on the highways and byways, and you're doing these videos, but you're not looking at the overall impact of what this truth is doing to the world, man. Hey, righteousness is shaking things up, and this is why you see the wicked moving like how they're moving, man. All right, like it says in Revelation 12:12, they know they have a short time, because the fact that the nation of Israel is out here and pretty much building up that spiritual temple. All right, they see that shift coming. Okay, they see that the lies that they have been using to deceive the world for centuries is being uprooted. Okay, they see the people that they've tried to downtrodden and destroy. All right, their spell is worn off, man. All right, and now Jake is coming back to the remembrance of who they are, and we're ushering in the return of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai. And guess what? They see it. All right, those NASA telescopes. All right, they see those chariots, man. Okay, they see. All right, the if anything, the wicked sees what you average people don't see. All right, because the fact that you have all these men waking up, even the off camps, preaching Israel, that lets you know, like, off the rip, man, their kingdom is falling, because we're in their kingdom telling them that they're going down, man. All right, so I say all that to say, okay, if we're going into the destruction of Esau, Edom's kingdom, how much more the reward that awaits us after this kingdom is destroyed, man. Yes, we believe that we have a crown waiting for us, man. All right, it's written. Okay, this is Proverbs 29:18. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. And this is why 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they don't take serious what they see the true men of the Lord doing, man. Okay, they don't see any benefit of what we're out here doing, man. How we giving our lives to come out here week in and week out, all right, day in and day out, posting these digital epistles, because hey, they don't realize that our works, all right, are being broadcasted in the heavens, man. And soon the Lord is going to use these same teachings, all right, to magnify his men. All right, so what we're doing, okay, is going to lead to us being, put on high, man. All right, so hey, if you can't see it, then that just shows you that you're going to perish with this world, man. All right, but it says, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he, because we understand that if we continue to walk in the ways of the Lord, that we're going to be found worthy of salvation. All right, because another thing that was mentioned, like he said, he didn't believe that what we're doing, it equals us receiving a reward, because the men of the old, all right, they laid down a foundation that we can't measure up to. Well, two things. Number one, you don't realize that we are those men coming back in the reincarnation. All right, and all the prophets weren't given the same size reward back, like what we see now. Okay, like it was made mention when I was watching the elder Yahweh from Hawaii. He said, "Yo, not all prophets were given a book, okay, on this side, all right. But I believe all the men of the Lord, all the 144,000, they will have their stories broadcasted to the world in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, but right now you don't know all the prophets, because it's more than just the books that we read about, man. Okay, the scriptures talk about a lot of unnamed prophets, man. What about the prophets that hid? I want to say it was Jeremiah. I believe it was Jeremiah, but they had hid one of the major prophets, man. All right. So the fact that you have Jeremiah or Isaiah or Ezekiel who have, hefty chapters in their books, 40, 50, 60 chapters compared to a Obadiah or Habakkuk or Hosea, or Micah, whatever. The size of the book doesn't diminish the reward that those men are going to receive, because at the end of the day, as I read earlier, you're doing the work of the Lord. The Lord is going to reward all right, because we're all working for that same penny. Now let's get that in Matthew 20:1. For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers in his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard, and went out about the third hour, and saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, I will give you. Right. So that's what's happening now, man. Us going out on the highways and byways, all right, and bidding them of the elect to come into the marriage. So you see brothers waking up, in different parts, of time. You had the apostles, the elder bishops, they've been teaching for 30, 40, years or whatnot. Then you had, the brothers that came in when the elders came on YouTube in 2007, and so on. All right. Brothers waking up here in 2025, 2024, whatever the case may be. You're all right, employed by the Lord, but that doesn't mean that you're going to get any less of a reward, because we're all working for that same penny. All right. So continuing on, verse 5. Again, he went out about the 6th and 9th hour, and did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out, and found others standing idle, and saith unto them, Why stand ye here all the day idle? They say unto him, Because no man hath hired us. He saith unto them, Go ye also in the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that ye shall receive. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, Call the laborers, and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more, and they likewise received every man a penny. And when they had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house, saying, These last have wrought but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal unto us, which have been borne the burden and heat of the day. But he answered one of them, and said, Friend, I do thee no wrong. Didst not thou agree with me for a penny? Take that thine is, and go thy way. I will give unto this last, even as unto thee. All right, and that's what we have to look forward to. All right, so hey, no matter because you're gonna have brothers that's gonna come in literally, when they see the miracles, man. All right, when Jacob's trouble is going on, and all hell has already broken loose, the Lord has certain believers, that's going to be sealed when they see the miracles. Does that diminish their lot as being a part of the elect? No. All right, because at the end of the day, the elect is all sealed. But starting with the elders on down, okay, we have entered into other men's labors, but at the end of the day, we're going to receive that same reward of salvation that they were going to receive, man. That's just the mercy that the Lord is going to bestow upon us. Lord, whether we're of that number. Verse 15. Is it not lawful for me to do what I will with mine own? Is thine eye evil, because I am good? So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few chosen. So, hey, the apostles and the elders, through the teaching of their elders, all right, laid down the groundwork for us to come into, and we're following in their footsteps, man. All right. So like I quoted, all right, we've entered into their labors, all right, so that we can receive the penny that they told us that we're going to receive, Lord willing, we endure to the end, man. Because the whole thing about it is, yeah, if we continue in what, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Continue in what thou hast learned. 2 Timothy chapter 3:14. It says, But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned, and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learnt them, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which was able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Hamashiach Yahushua. So, right. So, hey, we are to continue in the things that we have been taught by our teachers, because they have assured us that if we continue to walk in their ways, which is the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, all right, we will be assured of that salvation. We will be assured of that crown, all right? Because they have taught us the right way. They haven't veered off and changed anything, man. We believe that the Lord is working through these men, and therefore we continue to walk, in the same way that they have, man. Because what we have realized through the teaching of the scriptures is that if we continue, in the pursuit of wisdom, that eventually we will receive that crown, which is, synonymous with us, receiving the kingdom. Okay, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 17. It says, "For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline," and this is going into wisdom. "And the care of discipline is love," which is why the apostles, all right, and they run what they call a tight ship here at GMS, man. All right, they make sure that brothers is on point with the doctrine. They make sure brothers are on point as far as doing the work. All right, like the apostles say, man, a great millstone, all right, is a camp of workers. If I'm saying what they said correctly, but hey, we're continuously working. Hey, videos are going up from various members of Great Millstone every day. You can't go on YouTube and not see a new video from a brother in GMS, man. Okay, but videos aside, just the walk that we have in our personal life. These are all things that we have to grow in. All right, because with the appliance of wisdom, okay, hey, the Lord is showing who is truly walking in His way. All right, and we see that through the apostles' teaching, because they're not just teaching us the scriptures, but then off camera they're just a bunch of niggas, like we see with a bunch of these other different so-called leaders and guys in these camps, man. No, they're showing us the true way on how to walk in the spirit, which is why the scriptures talk about how and why they're worthy of double honors, man. All right, so continuing on, verse 18, it says, "And love is the keeping of her laws, and giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of corruption," which goes back to what I read earlier in Proverbs, man. All right, "Happy is he that keepeth her laws." All right, and why is we going to be happy? Because we know that's going to lead to our salvation. All right, so it's assuring us that if we continue to walk in her laws to the best of our ability, because we know we're not saved by the law, but we're saved by the faith that we have in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. It says that it is the assurance of incorruption, and incorruption maketh us near unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All right, because with us, we're going to be made perfect when we are delivered. It says that we're going to be near unto the Lord. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. All right, so the pursuit of wisdom, all right, the pursuit of this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, okay, is going to lead you to the kingdom. It says, "If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore." And that's exactly why we continue to do this, because we know that in the end, if we continue to walk in these ways, that we're going to receive the kingdom, man. Okay, because hey, like I said, it's written that the elect is gonna receive crowns, man. All right, and who are the elect? All right, the elect are the true believers of the Lord that's doing this work. Okay, now we don't know who those men are, but the scriptures tell us to put on as the elect, right? So if we, they say in the world, you fake it till you make it. So if we put on like how the scriptures tell us how the elect will be acting, then hey, Lord willing, we will enter into those lots as being part of the elect, and the world will see us as such. All right, because the vision is already here, so we have the vision. Okay, this vision, we're about to read it. This is 2nd Esdras 2:42. "I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs, and in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he sat crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly." This is going into the crowning ceremony. This is Yahweh Shai crowning the elect. So each and every member of the elect has their own specific crown handcrafted for them. Okay, It says, so I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Now are they crowned and receive palms, and that palms is symbolic for victory, because the elect is written to have victory over the beast, man. All right. So it says, Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world, because the true prophets are the only ones truly confessing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and working deeds, man. Okay? Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord, which is another indicator. Okay? The elect are the only ones truly pushing the names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. We're not hiding it. All right? We're not, dancing around it. No. The scriptures talk about how the elect is going to call upon the Lord's holy name, man. Okay? It says, Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen. And this is why, at the end of the day, this vision should constantly be in our minds to keep that hope alive, man. All right? Hey, we're prisoners of hope, right? Okay? This is Zechariah 9:12. Turn ye to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. Right? So, hey, we're supposed to turn to the stronghold, being our faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. It says that we are prisoners of hope. Okay? Hey, hope, as it's described in Hebrews 11. Getting that real quick. This is Hebrews 11:1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So, hey, faith and hope is synonymous, all right? So we have faith and hope that, hey, we continue in what we're doing, man, that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to reward us, all right, with those crowns, man. Hey, us getting victory over the beast, being delivered, okay? And our glorification is going to be seen by the whole world, okay? You read about that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, all right? 1 John, the 3rd chapter, okay? So, hey, we know that this is our hope, man, okay? And this is why 2/3 they're hopeless. They don't have anything to look forward to because they don't have the vision. They don't see a victory for us, man, because they can't look past this world. They can't look past Esau, okay? This is Proverbs 13:12. It says, Hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life, right? It says, Hope deferred make the heart sick, and that's why 2/3, as described in Isaiah 1:3, okay, Israel is sick, okay, because they don't have hope in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. They don't believe that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has the power to deliver them, man. All right, and ultimately, as you saw that comment that was made to the elder brother, they don't believe that it's a victory and a reward that awaits us for doing this work. That we're just doing this just to be doing it. All right, and we look beyond, all right, the carnal praise, man. All right, we want to be, congratulated by our power, man. All right. So at the end of the day, man, we can't allow nobody to steal that faith from us, man. All right, we know what we're doing, man. That's why the scriptures tell you, let no man take thy crown, man. Nobody should be able to make you, any less faithful of the promise that was made unto us, man. All right, this is why the reassurance was made, like here in Hebrews 10:35. It says, Cast not away therefore your confidence, which have great reward of recompense. It's like a great recompense of reward. So that reward, all right, awaits those that continue to trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. It says, For ye have need of patience, that after you have done the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, you might receive the promise. And if you continue to do what's needed to be done, you're going to receive that promise, man. All right. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry. Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. Because we believe that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to give us that crown, man. That give us that victory. All right. So at the end of the day, man, anybody that's making these faithless based comments and really think that we're not going to be delivered, then hey, that's on them. And even to these guys that were in the faith at a point of time, and they lost sight, they lost patience, and they gave up. All right, they let their crown slip away, man. Ultimately, it wasn't meant for them to get it because they weren't of the elect. But at the end of the day, they casted away their confidence, man. They didn't believe that the Lord's promise was true. Okay, so this is 2 Ezra 15:3. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And this is why at the end of the day, we don't give a damn about what anybody has to say. If you don't believe, then hey, we're going to see who's right at the end, man. But we know with 100% assurance, because we believe that the Lord, is true to his word, because the scriptures tell you that his words are faithful and true, that we're going to receive that crown, man. All right. This is James 1:12. It says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord has promised to them that love him. All right. And that's the thing. All right. Hey, we're gonna face temptation to the end. That's part of what we signed up for, man. All right. Sirach 2:1. Hey, prepare thy soul when thou comest to serve the Lord. Prepare thy soul for temptation when thou come to serve the Lord, man. Hey, we're in the valley of the shadow of death, man. All right. Every which way in society is meant to try to overthrow your faith in the Lord. Okay. But if you stick true to what the Lord said, all right, then that crown of life is waiting for you, man. Okay. Sirach 2:12. Woe be to the fearful heart and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways. Woe to him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. So at the end of the day, man, hey, we gotta just keep the main thing. All right. Continue to believe in the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and keep fighting, man. Hey, to all these guys that got weak and fell away, hey, let them, let that be there to their destruction. And we're just going to keep doing what needs to be done on our end, man. Because look, the elect is going to win. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to close it out. Give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Hashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect. Until next time, I say shalom.